Right, okay everybody, today we're making a start on preparing the Direct Bikes moped. Well, as you can probably see, a lot of the panels are very badly scuffed to the extent where they don't look very good at all. As you can see, there's quite deep scratches there. The bike's obviously been down the road, and even down to things like the front mudguard, where someone's had a go at repairing this before with some sort of filler or whatever, but obviously not done a proper job. Now that is really pretty badly cracked there, but I was going to buy a new one. New one's £15.99, but for the sake of a repair I'm going to give it a go anyway. If it doesn't turn out any good, then obviously I will buy a new one. First of all, I'm going to take the panels which are not too bad and basically just put them to one side for a moment. Most of them are actually not too bad. It's going to be a slight rub down and literally a repaint with perhaps a little bit of filler work. And the ones that have got actual cracks in like this, I'm going to attempt to do these ones first and get these ones sorted out, because as I say, these have actually broken where it's totally snapped. That's the front skirt, I think we'll find. Where did that go around? I think it goes that way around, with that being literally stuck on there like that. Somehow like that. So that's supposed to be one piece, you see, so that's going to take some repairing. But we'll give it a go. We'll strengthen it out from the back and play it by ear. So I'm going to start getting these ones prepared, and we'll have a look when I start doing some techniques. Right, okay, what I've got to do now, just give this a rough sand down just to key the surface and to smooth out these cracks with some 80 grit paper on the sander, and also just some 120 just to smooth out the actual lacquer, the original lacquer that was on there. And it allows me to see where I'm going to be needing to fill now, so I can see all around this area here, all along this straight here I'm going to have to fill, around the other side there I'm going to have to fill, and maybe just a little bit there. That's the fill-in, which is highlighted, but what also I've got to deal with is obviously these cracks. So there's one there, there's a small one there, there's one on the front there, as you can probably see, big one on the front there, and then finally when I come to actually fix this to the other part of the fairing, there's the crack along here and the crack along here, which I've got to fix to the top half of the fairing. But initially what I'm going to do is to try and clean the back of this up, because I'm going to actually do the strength repair on the back of the crack. So I've got to actually sand this smooth, sand this to rough it up a bit, find some support in material which I can bridge the gap with, and I might even try to weld that, plastic weld that with a soldering iron. So I'm going to have a go at that. Right, what I'm going to try and do now is clean up all the areas, as you can see, and I've actually just clamped this joint back together. Now what I intend to do is to put a groove down here and hopefully backfill some material in there to give it some initial strength, and then I'll turn it over and try and bridge the actual joint with some more strengthening. So that's what I'm going to try and do first. But first of all, I'm going to clean my soldering iron up and just see what we can do with this. I'm trying to put a groove in there, as I said. So again, I've never tried this before, but what I hope to use as a filler is one of these cable ties. So I'm going to try and just introduce that into the slot by melting the cable tie, and then hopefully it will drop into the actual groove. Now I'm just going to release the grips just to see if it has actually taken. I'll tell you what, that's actually not bad. Let me just show you that. Look, that's actually not bad. I'm just going to finish off that little bit there, but that, believe it or not, is actually strong as an ox. I'm well impressed with that. Using them cable ties as a filler, that is brilliant. Now if I do that, I'm sure if I do that on the back side, that'll be just as good. So let me just finish this off now. Right, okay, I've just sanded that joint down. As you can see, it's lovely and smooth now. And if I flex it, look, nothing, no movement whatsoever. So all I'm going to do with that is give it a thin skim of filler, and then sand it down, and then prime it with a plastic primer first, and then I'll hit it with a normal primer. But as you can see, look, no movement at all in that joint. I've left the back unsanded, just as a bit of support there, as you can probably see. But that surface there, that is as strong as it was. Look, and it's lovely and smooth. So that repair is now essentially done. Exactly the same with that one. I've sanded that one down, and as you can see, moving it and twisting it, there's no flexion at all there from that joint. Perfectly strong. So I'm going to do this now, and I'll see you in the next video when this is all prepared.